morning, everyone. We are assigned to discuss about the media richness theory. Today, we communicate in various ways, for example, through emails, phone calls, video meetings, and many more. Media richness theory helps us determine the best method for different types of communication. This theory was developed by Richard Draft and Robert Lingell in 1986. This theory examines how effectively different communication methods convey detailed and clear information, especially for complex or sensitive topics. This theory is about choosing the right tool for the job. Imagine, you need to break some complex news to a friend. Would you do it via email or in person? Media richness theory suggests that richer forms of communication, those that can convey more information, like face-to-face conversation, are better for complicated, emotional, or ambiguous situations. In contrast, linear media like texts or emails might be fine for straightforward information, but might miss the nuances needed for some delicate conversation. Communication methods are typically categorized by the two main types, which is the low richness and the high richness. Low richness channels include emails, memos, and reports. Emails are excellent for sending straightforward messages, but they lack personal interaction and immediate feedback. Memos serve well for formal communication but also miss the opportunity for real-time dialogue. Reports provide detailed information but don't allow for immediate questions or discussions. In contrast, high-richness channels offer greater interaction possibilities. Face-to-face meetings represent richest form of communication, enabling the use of body language and tone to enhance the understanding. You can ask questions and receive instant feedback, making these interactions highly effective for nuanced discussions. Video calls also rank high in high richness because they allow participants to see and hear each other, enhancing connection and comprehension, though they still fall short for the richness of in-person meetings. Similarly, in-person presentations facilitate detailed explanations and enable immediate audience feedback, make them ideal for engaging discussions. In summary, media richness theory is a valuable tool for selecting the right communication method based on the context. For complex or sensitive topics, richer methods like face-to-face meetings or video calls are generally more effective. They provide enhanced opportunities for clear understanding and immediate feedback, ensuring that the message is conveyed accurately and effectively.
Let's move on to the applications and criticisms of media richness theory. Imagine you're trying to tell someone about a really important project. You wouldn't just send a text message, right? You'd probably want to talk to them face to face so you can see their reactions and make sure they get everything. In organizations, media richness theory helps us choose the right tool for the job. For example, if we need to discuss a sensitive topic, like a performance review, a face-to-face meeting is better than an email. In virtual teams, when people work remotely, video calls are super important because they let us see each other's faces and body language, which helps us understand the message right away. In customer service, when you're having a problem with a product, would you rather get an automated message or talk to a real person? Most people prefer talking to someone directly because it feels more personal and you can get your questions answered right away. So that's all for the applications of media richness theory. Now let's move on to the criticisms of it. Now some people argue that media richness theory is too simple, that it is like a ruler. It measures communication on a single scale. But communication is a way more complex than that. It doesn't always account for things like humor, sarcasm, or different communication styles. Other than that, they also say that each and every one of us has personal differences. What works for one person might not work for another. Some people prefer quick emails, while others love long phone calls. In conclusion, it is important to use richer channels like face-to-face meetings, or video calls when you need to communicate complex or sensitive information. This helps and make sure that everyone understands the message and there's no room for misunderstandings. That's all.
Now let's move on uncharted territories, media richness in Web 2.0 and highly immersive virtual worlds. The rapid diffusion of social media and highly virtual worlds within and among groups, teams and organizations provides an opportunity to explore alternative levels of analysis such as communities of practice, public and private partnerships, and or emergent disaster response teams. This diffusion of virtual environments also suggests that the idea of media richness has changed along explanation as to why particular media will be selected and used. This means that exploring new and unknown areas of communication as we use social media and virtual environments more. It suggests that studying how these tools affect how we share and understand information. As social media and virtual environments become more common, they change how we communicate in groups, teams, and organizations. This gives us a chance to explore new ways to analyze interactions. Here are some examples of new interactions. One, new communities of practice. Please think about group teachers sharing lessons and plans online. They use social media to exchange ideas and support each other, creating a strong community. The second one would be public and private partnerships. Imagine a city working with a tech company to improve public transportation. They might use virtual meetings to plan and discuss projects. And as a component to the third example would be the disaster response teams. During a crisis, teams often communicate through social media to share real-time updates. For example, emergency services and Twitterers keep the private informed. But there are also several competing theories such as media synchronicity, social presence theory, and media networks. Theory provides us insights. This thinking idea of media richness with its tools and understanding of media richness is evolving. Media richness means how well communication method conveys information. Different theories help us to understand how people choose communication methods.